Mongoose Games' Maximum Action features the visceral ballad of action movie shootouts and the visual ecstasy of third-person shooters. While there isn't a comprehensive analysis by any means, I will state now that Maximum Action is quite possibly my favourite video game of all time. It isn't perfect, but it is a blast. This video is merely me trying to showcase the possibilities the game provides to the player. Let's start with the basics. A first impression of the game might suggest is a simple first-person shooter affair, but hold your horses, boyo. This ain't Doom, and neither does it pretend to be. Of course, you could play it like Doom, or God forbid, Call of Duty, but you will not get far due to the onslaught of opponents between you and the end of the level, which simply is the objective of each map. It is worth mentioning here that healing is done via a pickup system, placements of medkits scattered throughout the level, sometimes in plain sight, sometimes less so. It's possible to overheal at the moment, so you do not have to be stingy with medical supplies. An endless wave-based survival mode is available, which is a sandbox environment to facilitate unlimited action should you desire. What sets Maximum Action apart from standard shooters is the fusion of movement and shooting mechanics, both of which you do a lot of. Walking and aiming about is pretty standard stuff, however this is where things get a little bit spicy. The game allows for dives and slides to enable rapid traversal into and out of cover. These can be used to chain a sequence of maneuvers together, which is something I'll talk about later. With movement partially vivisected, let's adjourn to combat. Point gun at bad guy, bang bang, we did a combat. Well, sort of. In Maximum Action you can carry 4 weapons at once, 2 carried underarm and 2 in either hand. These can be cycled for maximum operating efficiency. Being able to slip and slide about, busting caps all rather fun in games until the all too familiar click indicating your weapon has run empty. Maximum Action provides some interesting options for dealing with this rather frustrating conundrum. Your classic no thrills reload, pop grenade to weapons digital demolition, switching weapons from the 4 possible you can carry, throw either of your gats a la John Wick, perhaps simply fire other gun, or you resort to a boot full of stomp time, which by sheer coincidence forces the enemy to drop their weapon, obviously invites us to claim it as our own. If you want to toss off your opponents, I will say it does stun them momentarily, allowing you to close the gap or take a breather, rearm or reload, depending on the situation. In older builds of the game, you had to empty your hands before picking up a new weapon. However, this has been changed to allow for a no-fuss weapon switching by pressing the same button as you would to pick up with empty hands. With our tactical coordination out the way, there is one final gimmick to culminate this rob. That is our slow-mo bullet time ability. The bullet time is limited and as far as I can tell slowly recharges over time, although it may recharge faster by the completion of certain actions such as dives or throws. From my experience, the hitboxes on objects becomes larger during the bullet time, enabling you to grab weapons from further or even shoot grenades mid-air, causing instant anarchy fueled by incendiary ideas. The thrill of combat in Maximum Action is, in my opinion, achieved by the chaining of certain moves akin to a fighting game such as Mortal Kombat. For example, in Maximum Action you could slide out of cover, fire off a few rounds, and then kick off a wall to send you sliding back where you came from. On the topic of kicks, so there we have it, a rather verbose analysis of the moves you can perform in a jank video game interpretation of action cinema. Thank you for watching, cheerio chaps.